Hello there, this is FairBinaryAuctions.com, and today's video analysis or educational project that we're going to do on Binary Options Academy is related to a new concept introduced something like a couple of years ago in the United States of America. And I'm talking about the principle of, let me put this one a bit here, the principle of forward guidance. Forward guidance. Now, what is this forward guidance? First of all, it has to do with technical analysis and nothing, with fundamental analysis and nothing else. And forward guidance represents what the central bank is trying to communicate, or the way a central bank is trying to communicate markets about the moves that it's about to do, or about the changes, if any, in the monetary policy, when these changes are supposed to happen, and what the implications would be. You have to remember by now that anything related to trading, regardless that you are trading binary options or the FX market or equity markets, anything related to trading comes from central banks. So if you go on the economic calendar, on any economic calendar, and you're looking for the data or for data that should influence markets, then you must start from central banks. From the central banks. Now, what does it mean from central banks? Look on the economic calendar, on the central banks, look for the following. First of all, we should look for interest rate decisions. Interest rate decisions. Then look for press conferences, if it is the case, after the interest rate decision. Press conferences or rate statements. Rate statements. Press conferences. Then of course look for, so rate statement, press conferences, then look for when central bankers are speaking, so basically speeches, central bankers. Speeches, as these are occasions when forward guidance is being addressed, and each and every one out of these three represents the forward guidance principle. So this one and this one, like this in here, represents the forward guidance principle. Now, let me give you an example. If you go on the economic calendar, this is the Forex Factory economic calendar. So if you go on the economic calendar and you look at the dates, and at the economic releases with this color code showing the impact that the releases are going to have on the market, and then you look for the most important one, the red ones, and then going like this, as you can see, we have what? On November the 30th, we have out of Australia the cash rate. Cash rate is basically the interest rate decision in Australia, and we have the RBA rate statement. This falls into the category of forward guidance. Then we have, let's see, Bank of England Governor Carney speaks. This falls under the principle of forward guidance, at least when it comes to the Great Britain pound. Then we have on Australia on Tuesday, the RBA or the Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Stevens speaks. This one falls under the principle of forward guidance as well. Then of course on Wednesday we have Bank of Canada rate statement, Fed Chair Yellen speaks, Fed member Williams speaks. So all of these speeches and rate statements and interest rate decisions represent, again, or fall under the principle of forward guidance. I would like to use forward two classical examples, one out of the United States and the other one out of Europe, in order to present the difference in forward guidance principle between two major economies, but this will be on the second part. And what we're going to do is to point out the times when both the ECB and the FOMC are going to be released, with the press conferences, and what's different in Europe based or when compared with the United States, or what's different in the United States when compared with Europe. So stay tuned please for the second part. As we lay down here, we covered the principle of forward guidance, and now let's look at some examples.